Hi everyone, this is Janis. If you feel that you have never quite conquered the perfect system for getting things done, you're not alone. According to researchers in a recent study, 40% of to-do lists remain unfinished, which isn't hard to believe for anyone who regularly keeps a list. And then, the only thing that you can think before your bedtime is all the tasks that you didn't complete during the day, and you will have to add them all to tomorrow's endless list, just to repeat it again the following day. Is that how we're supposed to live our life? Let's see if there is a better way to approach our day and get things done. What is time blocking? Time blocking is a time management approach that focuses on your daily structure instead of trying to predict how long each task will take. Time blocks let you approach your life in a whole new way, giving you a structure to your days, weeks, months, and years. Essentially, the purpose of time management is enabling people to get more and better work done in less time. And that means that you have to be productive for extended periods of time. When you time block your day, you're creating an environment where you have a specific time block for each of your goals. During this time block, you can only focus on activities and tasks that move you closer to a particular goal. So if you're working on a podcast, then you're either recording, editing, planning, or posting, but you're not replying to your emails or managing your social media presence. Why we should time block? Isn't the old to-do list good enough to getting things done? Unfortunately, the answer is no. While to-do lists are great and practical, you don't want a to-do list to run your life. The time blocking, on the other hand, gives you a better visibility on a big picture, flexibility without the risk of losing things in a shuffle, and the satisfaction of knowing that you made most out of your day. Kevin Kruse, New York Times bestselling author and LEDx founder, said this: I asked over 200 highly successful entrepreneurs what is their number one secret to productivity, and nobody mentioned to-do list. Productive people live from their calendar, not from a task list. Kruse is a huge fan of time blocking, a practice of blocking one's time according to the different areas you need to focus on in any given day. The plus side of the time blocking done right is that it helps you maintain a scope of all the things that demand your attention, instead of letting hang up on a single but difficult task that eats up hours of your day, creating a traffic jam of to-dos. Instead, you begin each day having already decided what's worthwhile and what isn't. Time blocking benefit number 1, having a clarity. When you time block, you're very clear about two things. 1, what goal you're working towards, and 2, what activities will move you closer in achieving this goal. This creates a powerful motivation to actually take action. So if you have blocked some time for your podcast, you know that your goal is to build business or expand your brand. And you also know what actions you need to take to achieve that, like posting the episode, promoting it, or maybe looking for a new guest for your upcoming episode. Clarity gives you clear direction you want and need to move forward and create career, relationship, and life you desire. And also it helps you to become a person you want to be. We often get stuck in our lives because we forget what we're trying to achieve. And this can easily happen if all you do is go through endless to-do lists day in and day out. Time blocking benefit number 2, seeing a bigger picture. The common issue with task lists is that you get stuck in always repeating loop. You wake up to do your list or maybe finish off yesterday's list before making a new one. Then by end of the day, you probably have another unfinished list that you'll finish the next day. Sounds familiar? I've certainly spent a considerable amount of time while making some progress. Doing something is better than watching TV all day long, but I had a feeling that I was never doing enough. And this feeling was with me for a long time until I started to use time blocking approach. The great thing about time blocking is that it lets you see the bigger picture. Each time block is like a stepping stone towards your goal. And if you're using a mobile app or software while time blocking, you can take advantage of evaluating the progress at any given time to see how far away or how close you are to your goal or milestone. Completing a task is not just about completing it, but it's about the progress that you're making towards your ultimate goal. Time blocking benefit number 3, having a structure in your life. What I personally don't like about to-do lists is the following situation. Have a list done for today, and I've estimated that I should be easily done by 2 p.m. so I can take the second part of the day off. So I start early, 5 a.m., getting my first 2 things done. Strategic planning done, as well as tested out some features in app that we're developing. Doing great and feeling that I'm actually going to finish things before planned time. Third task, write a short article. Estimated time, 60 minutes. But 20 minutes later, I'm staring at one sentence. I'm thinking, this is not good. I need to do additional research, so I spend next 15 minutes browsing the web for info. Second try at writing, but nothing reasonable is coming out of me. I'm starting to feel a time pressure as there is only 10 minutes to complete the task. 70 minutes into the task and I'm not even halfway through it. That's it, I'm giving up. The result is terrible because I didn't just fail that one task, but all the following planned tasks are affected as well because I'll keep thinking about failed tasks until end of the day. When you time block, you can choose at what time of the day you want to work on a particular goals. Then, during the time block, you focus on particular activities until the time block is finished. And because the finishing line is time and not the task itself, you can do it with ease because you know that you will pick up the unfinished task in your next time block. It is that simple, no more worries about uncompleted tasks. Now, I know that sometimes you might be in a position where you just have to finish this task today, so you might need to give that task an extra time. But don't let this happen too often because you can prevent it by simply allocating more time blocks and planning in advance. I also want to share some tips that I use to time block. While the concept is simple, there are some things that you want to consider when starting out with the time blocking. Use software. Of course, you can use notepad and pen, but I would definitely recommend using a mobile application or desktop software to time block. It might take longer initially to set it up, but once you're set up, it will be easier in the long run. You can also get notified by a software or app when your time block is starting and ending. Don't overbook your day. When you're starting out, don't try to book every single minute of your day, as this might create overwhelming feeling. Well, you'll be running from one time block to another with no breaks or rest in between. Review your progress. Like with anything else in our life, we have to make sure that we are performing at our best. I like to evaluate my progress and how I'm doing with my time blocks. And if things are not great and you're feeling that you're not performing at your best, you might want to adjust some things. Your first time block of the day probably shouldn't be checking out your emails, as this will create more urgent tasks that you will want to deal with. As you see, there is a better way of approaching your day and getting things done. Time blocking has helped me tremendously, and I'm sure that it can help you too to be more organized and get things done. If you want to manage your time better, have more structure in your life, and achieve your goals, make sure you check out my time planning application. You can set goals and track progress towards them, create time blocks and build your own daily structure, as well as log your time and measure your performance. Best of all, it's totally free, so press here to check it out right now. I'm working on new videos every day, so be sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next episode.